What's up? Hi, it's me again, LaShawn Bridges. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. As each week, I discuss with you guys politics and the up-running Democratic presidential candidates for the year 2020, as well as more important subjects as well, such as the coronavirus and Trump and what's going on with him as usual, and what's going on as far as the school openings and more. Okay. Despite all the warnings of the deadly coronavirus, President Donald Trump is turning a deaf ear to all of these warnings from the experts, such as the doctors and the scientists that we hear about every day. Now, according to CNN, Trump was pressed by CNN's Caitlin Collins about the words of support for a doctor who disregarded the use for masks and suggested alien use in the medical treatments. Can you believe that? No, not really, because it sounds like Trump, right? Trump then, cut his briefing short when asked further information about what he feels about all this and about the mask, which is, Trump being Trump as usual, right? Can you believe that, though? I mean, he's like really in denial. He's been, okay, first of all, let's look back. February, he was told about there may be a pandemic, right, that will be hitting the world and be spreading like really fast. He was in denial. And he, the email was sent to him. He was in denial. Then they kept telling him after the email that, okay, the coronavirus. And then he was telling us that, we're going to be just fine. We're good. And, just pretty much making up things and telling us there's nothing to worry about, which there really was something to worry about. And now here we are in July where, he's really still in denial because he's really in denial of the protection of wearing masks. As a matter of fact, I remember that they had to make him wear a mask, and he only wore a mask once that I saw. I mean, tell me if you've seen him wear a mask since that one time that he finally put a mask on. And we haven't seen him put a mask on since, right? So, unbelievable. You're supposed to be the leader of the world and telling us, United States of America, and showing everybody that this is how you protect yourself from the coronavirus, and instead you're being, I'm not even going to say, okay, I'll say it, a jerk, and not putting the mask on to practice safe, precautions from this coronavirus. Unbelievable, but not really, because it is Trump being Trump, right? Now, Trump is also, he's still pushing toward the idea of having all the businesses and schools to open. I can't understand that for the life of it. Despite the mass amount of people that are ill or dying from the coronavirus, Trump continues to ignore the doctors, such as the Dr. Anthony Fauci, and instead gets his news from other outside sources, which I really don't know where, probably from his brain. Continue to lead this country into disaster, despite what they're telling him about the opening of the schools and the businesses, and how these children that are going to school, Trump, will be not safe. They're not going to be safe. Okay, I have two young ladies now. My children are grown, and one's 20, one's 24. And they both have letters that they have been accepted into college. Now, I advise them to go online, because to me, I feel like that before they become sick and ill with the coronavirus, because all it takes, guys, is one person. And that one person don't even have to show signs. They don't have to sneeze. They don't have to cough. They don't have to have a fever. They don't have to show any kind of signs, and they can still pass this coronavirus, because they don't have to show any kind of signs and have it and don't even know they have it. And then now they pass it to somebody that their immune system cannot, I repeat, cannot take, having a strong virus such as this. This is a very strong, deadly virus that we don't have any kind of cure for, despite the fact that Trump is trying to act like we do have a cure, and we don't have a cure for this virus. So it's very unsafe, in my personal opinion, to open up the schools. I mean, what do you think about this, you guys? The opening of the schools and all. I definitely don't believe that we should. As American people, we're putting our children in danger. I mean, there is reported, I think right now we're at 150 something thousand. I mean, I know just last week I saw on CNN they were stating that within one given day there was 1,000 deaths in that one given day. So if there was 1,000 deaths reported that one particular day, I mean, how many more deaths are reported each and every day of our lives, right? I mean, we're already at 150 something thousand or more, and the counting is going by the second. So with that being said, to say that we're going to put our children in danger, yes, our children need education, but aren't there other options I mean, we should do like distance learning. Have them go online so they can do their studies. Have them still be able, we have modern technology for Christ's sake. We should have teachers, instructors online so that they can be able to teach our kids, especially the ones that are younger, the children that are younger, like elementary age, middle school, high school, should be able to do like I'm doing now, be able to physically teach them online and ask questions and whatever concerns they have, and be able to call on the phone and use modern technology to keep our children safe. But to open up the schools, we already opened up the businesses, which in my opinion, we shouldn't have done, because we're going backwards instead of moving forward. We went backwards as far as we first was doing so good as far as in shutting all the cities down, shutting all the businesses down, not opening up to the public, and telling everybody stay at home, shelter in place, only go to the grocery store and come back home, and if you go to the store, wear your mask. Now we're moving like 10 billion steps backwards because we're opening up the schools and the businesses, trying to, all because what? Because we have a president that, in my opinion, is so focused on winning this election and so focused on, the economy, which is what he ran on to try to win the election last time. We should not listen to what he's stating, you guys. This is a president that does not care about the public. He never cared. He practiced racism on a constant basis when he's telling black people in the past that were reporters to sit down and don't want to listen to what they have to say, being rude to them, telling women that he would grab them by the crotch, which was in the past, but he still said it, and they had him on videotape stating this. He's telling other people that are, congresswomen to, that they need to go back to the country where they came from. He's really just showed so many examples of how rude he is and how racist he is and how he's not for everybody in this country and how he doesn't care about anything about this country and the people that live here whatsoever, in my opinion. So are we really going to continue to listen to him and think that it's okay? Yes, our children do need their education, but we need to do it in a safe type of way, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Moving forward, I just want to discuss the civil rights icon John Lewis, okay, who recently died at the age of 80, and after battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer, he received the terrible news that he had cancer several months before, and then he passed shortly months later. He will be greatly missed, okay. Former President Barack Obama wrote about John Lewis, and being, he was stating about how he's one of the original freedom riders and chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and the youngest speaker at the march in Washington. And John Lewis was the leader of the march from Selma to Montgomery, and the member of the Congress representing people of Georgia for over 33 years. And how he showed how he awarded John Lewis the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011. So as you see, John Lewis has lived a great life, and he has showed examples of him being that freedom fighter and fighting for our civil rights for years, and standing up for African Americans and civil rights for numerous of years, and showing this in Congress and everything that he does. So we will definitely miss him, okay. And he didn't really agree on Trump. He had some issues with Trump, and he was not agreeing of a lot of things that Trump is doing, and we all are not in agreement of what Trump is doing, right? But we still have to deal with him. I don't know if you guys have voted yet, but I have already placed my vote by mail. I put my ballot. First I did the registration, and then they told me to give them my ID. After I submitted my registration, I could receive a letter stating that I need to mail off my ID, so I did that. And then I received the ballot where you had to vote by ballot and mail it in. So I did that as well. So if you haven't voted in person, please, 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 I cannot stress that enough, vote, okay? Because your vote matters. We need to have Trump out of office. We need a president that cares about the American people, that is not a bigot toward women, that is not a racist toward, Hispanics or African Americans, that is for all people, which is what a president is supposed to be, showing examples of leadership for all, and that cares about American people's health and keeping Americans safe, and not just open up the economy because you know, worried about your elections, you know, but open up our economy, but in a safe way, you know, when it's ready to open up, but not just open up, just be opening up, you know, because you're trying to win to be president again, for a second term. And that's what we don't need. So, you know, I'm not really for Joe Biden, okay? First of all, I didn't like the fact that Joe Biden, of course, the 94 crime bill happened years ago, but it happened. And Joe Biden was behind the signing of the 94 crime bill, which led to many African American men and women, especially men, being placed in private owned jails for numerous times, and as well as longer times compared to other races such as white people and other races out there. And I did not like that, especially when Kamala Harris, she went after him and he didn't really, you know, acknowledge the fact that he was behind the signing of the crime bill. He didn't acknowledge or say he's sorry for the many African American people that were serving major times for simple crimes, that a white person was, you know, serve the same type of crime but get a lesser sentence. So, you know, that's just my personal opinion. And because that specific incident, it changed a lot of African American family lives. A lot of mothers end up being single parents because their husbands were locked up in jail for long periods of time and given longer sentences. And so it changed the African American culture and family and way of life. And so, you know, and to me, I didn't like the fact that when he stated at one time, Joe Biden was making a comment that if you're not, how did he say? Oh, he said, if you don't vote for me, then you're not black. What? What do you mean if we don't vote for you, when you're not black? You know, basically, he's full of himself, thinking that because he comes from the Obama administration, that people are going to automatically vote for him. Well, black people, wake up. You need to read a little bit more information about Joe Biden and understand that Joe Biden, to me, in my personal opinion, is like a smiley face Trump. He's like a nicer Trump to me. It's not like he's going to be any better than Trump. I don't believe. You know, I'd be surprised if he does. But despite on my feelings about the whole situation, I'd rather have Joe Biden than you know, if I had to choose between Joe Biden and Trump, I definitely would rather have Joe Biden than Trump any day, okay? Because Trump has numerous occasions, I mean, even fact checkers caught him over the time that he's been president, lie after lie after lie to the American people. And do we need someone like that that's going to constantly lie to us? Or do we need someone that's going to be truthful and honest to us? Not stating that Joe Biden's going to be truthful, but he'd probably be more truthful than Trump, in my opinion. So what is your opinion about all of this, about Trump, Joe Biden? What is your opinion about the, you know, schools opening back up? Are you for it? Are you against it? Why? You know, what is your opinion? So please leave a comment at the end of the comment section. I would like to hear your thoughts and your opinions. There's no right or wrong answer. And I will be dropping a new video this Friday, I promise. I've had so much going on in my life. Sorry, it's been taking me a minute to drop a video. But I will definitely try to get a video as soon as possible Friday. And please continue to watch me and support me. Thank you guys for the ones who are watching me all the time and supporting me. I appreciate it. Click the like button if you like this video, please. That would be, you know, awesome. And click the bell for further notifications. And I will see you next time. Deuces.